Finally, the England Premier League has come to an end. A lot of teams has decided their fate. Some teams has been relegated. Some are yet to be relegated with the likes of Luton and Nottingham Forest. Some team has already fought to be in the Premier League for next season. And some teams are also fighting for the Europe spot, in which is the Conference League and the Europa League. And finally, the Champions League top four has been decided with the likes of Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool and Aston Villa has already been confirmed for the next season Champions League. And finally, the most important of them all, the first position, in which is yet to be decided. Based on statistics, Man City has an upper edge, or should I say a bigger and greater and larger and wider advantage over Arsenal, just because of just that one game Arsenal missed, in which it was against Aston Villa. Now it's going to cost them the Premier League once again. But who am I to judge? Anything is going to happen on the last day of the Premier League. Don't be surprised West Ham performs a miracle and defeats Man City. That's why I said don't be surprised. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I said don't be surprised. It's football played by 22 people. I know, yes, Man City are the bigger side, but don't be surprised. But it's going to be very difficult, but anything can happen. But regarding Arsenal, they just pray a miracle happens on that last day. So I have the Premier League predictions, betting tips, and correct score for match day 38, in which is the final day. And before we go any further, if you are new to the channel, if it's the first time coming across Jb Predictz, do ensure you are hitting the subscribe button, turn on your bell notification so you'll be notified whenever a video is being uploaded. And as you are watching this video, ensure you are hitting the like button. And today's video is proudly sponsored by the SofaScore app, your #1 best app for your live score, your player statistics, results, and so much more. So if you want to download the app, the link is pinned in the comment section. So let's dive into the business of today. I have the 10 games in which is the last game for the England Premier League. So let's talk about it. I will share you the correct score, the betting tips for this particular last game of the season. So we have the first game on the list to be Arsenal versus Everton. And my prediction is, or before I call my prediction, let's go with the correct score. The correct score for this game is Arsenal 2, Everton 0. That is just it. I believe Arsenal should be in a position of winning this game today. And my prediction is Arsenal to win at full time. You understand? And the correct score is Arsenal 2, Everton 0. The truth of the matter is, we all know that Arsenal won't lose this game because they are hoping that something miraculous happens. So, Arsenal versus Everton, Arsenal 2, Everton 0. And my prediction is Arsenal to win at full time. We have the next game to be Brighton versus Manchester United, and we have the correct score to be Brighton 2, Manchester United 2. I'm not expecting Manchester United to win this game because obviously they are Manchester United, because they can be very, very unserious, except Bruno Fernandes performed something, because the last match Manchester United played was against Newcastle, and because of Fernandes' presence was there, that is why they were able to defeat Newcastle. So I believe this game is going to be very, very tight, because Manchester United, I don't know, except they win Man City on the final in the FA Cup, they will have chance to play Europa. But for today, I don't think they're going to defeat Brighton. So my correct score is Brighton 2, Manchester United 2, and my betting tips is both teams to score in full time. We have the next game to be Liverpool versus Wolves. We all know that this is the last season for Johan Klopp, and this is going to be a very perfect farewell for him, and I don't think he is going to lose this game today. Liverpool is going to see him off with a perfect win. So my correct score for this game is Liverpool 3, Wolves 0, and the betting tips is Liverpool to win and over 2.5 goals at full time. We have the next game to be Sheffield United versus Tottenham. This game is very, very, very important for Tottenham. And the truth of the matter is, we all know that Sheffield United has been relegated, but Tottenham need this game. Why? Because of Chelsea let's just say yes, especially Chelsea. Let me not call Newcastle or Man United. Let me just say Chelsea. If Tottenham messes up against Sheffield and allows Sheffield to beat them, as you have been seeing in other leagues and in Premier League, teams that are relegated are given serious headache. They will not allow the other team to win. They will just want to frustrate them. So I believe this game is going to be very tight for Tottenham because Sheffield at home, I know they have been unserious and conceding a lot of goals, but Tottenham should just manage to scrap a win out of this game. So my correct score for this game is Sheffield 1, Tottenham 2. And my betting tips is Tottenham to win at full time. That is it. And I believe Tottenham should come out as the winner with this scoreline. Sheffield 1, Tottenham 2. And the betting tips is Tottenham to win at full time. We have the next game to be Crystal Palace and Aston Villa. And the correct score is Crystal Palace 2, Aston Villa 2. Let's not forget the fact that Crystal Palace in these last remaining games of this season, they have been outstanding, winning back-to-back games. And don't forget, they defeated Liverpool, defeated Manchester United. So amazing. So Aston Villa has already qualified for the Champions League. So I believe they're going to enjoy this game, both of them, and there will be a good number of goals between themselves. So the correct score is Crystal Palace 2, Aston Villa 2, and my betting tips is both teams to score in full time. We have Burnley versus Nottingham Forest. We all know that Burnley has been relegated and Nottingham Forest also has survived. Statistically, Nottingham Forest has survived. The only way Nottingham Forest will not survive and go to the relegation is if they lose to Burnley, that is number one, and if Luton Town wins their game around 12-0 or 13-0. That is the only way Nottingham Forest will be relegated. But as it stands, they have survived. But if Luton can just miraculously win 13-0 and Forest loses against Burnley, then Forest will be relegated. So my correct score for Burnley versus Nottingham Forest is Burnley 1, Nottingham Forest 2. And my betting tips is Forest to win or draw in full time. Finally, the last 4 games, we have Brentford versus Newcastle. We have the correct score to be Brentford 1, Newcastle 2. To be honest, Newcastle is going to win this game. It's going to be difficult, but they should scrap a win because of fighting for the Europe spots. You understand? They lost against Manchester United, in which they tried their best to avoid that loss, but it did not happen. So they lost to United and they gave Chelsea. United and Newcastle gave Chelsea a very huge boost. And Chelsea really helped themselves by beating Brighton. If not, it would be very, very difficult for Newcastle, Manchester United and Chelsea on that last day. But Newcastle and United gave Chelsea a huge boost to qualify for the Europa or the Conference League, one of them. So my correct score for this game is Brentford 1, Newcastle 2. And the betting tips is Newcastle to win or draw in full time. We have Luton versus Fulham. We have the correct score to be Luton 1, Fulham 1. And my betting tips is both teams to score in full time. To be honest, the only way Luton can stay in the Premier League is, I've said it before, for them to win 13-0 and Nottingham Forest to lose their game. So I don't think it's going to happen. It's going to be very, very difficult. Luton messed up big time against West Ham because in the first half last week, they were leading West Ham 0-1. I don't know how they managed to lose that lead. And they lost that game 3-1. Because if they had beaten West Ham, it would have been a very tough fight on that last day. So they were very unlucky and they've decided their fate partially and they're going to return to the championship. We have the second to the last game in which is my team, Chelsea versus Bournemouth. Chelsea has been amazing. Like the last 5 games to 6 games, Chelsea has been amazing, winning back to back to back. And they did it against Brighton in the on Thursday, I guess. I can't remember. Is it Thursday or Wednesday? Not Thursday. I guess it was on Wednesday. They defeated Brighton 2-1. And they almost drew that game because of the red card regimes had, but they managed to scrap out an important win because that 3 points was very, very important. So I believe Chelsea is going to win Bournemouth. Why? Because of it is very, very important. If they mess up this win, to be honest, they're going to be affected. If Chelsea gets a draw, they are safe. You understand? But they might not play Europa except Man City beats Man United in final and the Europa spot to be given to Chelsea. But if Chelsea wins today and Tottenham manage to lose, Chelsea goes directly to the Europa. You understand? But I believe Chelsea should come out with the win in this game. So my correct score is Chelsea 3, Bournemouth 1. And my betting tips is Chelsea to win at full time. And finally, Man City versus West Ham. To be honest, we just have to say the truth to ourselves. Man City, this is for me because I've said it like weeks and months ago. Man City are champions. That is just it, because the tough road or the most difficult match for Man City was Tottenham. The most difficult match for Man City was Tottenham. And they cruised through Tottenham to come to this final game against West Ham. And I believe, as I've said before, Man City will not mercy for West Ham. So my predictions and correct score for this game is Man City 4, West Ham 0. And the betting tips is Man City to win and over 2.5 goals at full time. Man City 4, West Ham 0. My betting tips is Man City to win and over 2.5 goals. So guys, these are all the 10 games for the final day, the game week 38 of the England Premier League. I repeat, Arsenal versus Everton 2-0 to Arsenal. Arsenal to win at full time. Brighton versus Man United 2-2. That is the correct score. Betting tips is both teams to score. Liverpool versus Wolves 3-0. And the betting tips is Liverpool to win and over 2.5 goals. We have Sheffield versus Tottenham. Sheffield 1, Tottenham 2. Betting tips, Tottenham to win at full time. Crystal Palace and Aston Villa 2-2. That is the correct score. And both teams to score is the betting tips. We have Burnley versus Nottingham Forest 1 to Burnley, 2 to Nottingham Forest. And we have the predictions to be Forest to win or draw. Brentford Newcastle 1 to Brentford, 2 to Newcastle. The predictions is Newcastle to win or draw. Luton and Fulham 1-1 in full time. That is the correct score. Both teams to score is my predictions. And the last two games, Chelsea versus Bournemouth 3 to Chelsea, 1 to Bournemouth. And the predictions is Chelsea to win at full time. And finally, Man City versus West Ham 4 to Man City, 0 to West Ham. And the betting tips is Man City to win and over 2.5 goals. So guys, these are my Premier League predictions and betting tips, also correct score for the last day of the England Premier League, in which is on Sunday. So guys, that is all for today. And I wish all these teams the best. The team that has been relegated, I wish them the best. The teams that fought to still remain in the Premier League, I wish them all the best. And finally, the teams fighting for the Europe stuff, in which is Chelsea, Newcastle, Man United, and Tottenham, I still wish them all the best. I wish Chelsea the best, especially because we need European football. Chelsea are one of the top 6, and they need to play European football. And finally, Man City and Arsenal. If God says Arsenal win the Premier League, nobody can change it. But if God says Man City, obviously it will be Man City. So guys, that is all for today. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. If you have not subscribed, you can drop your own opinion on what you think about these predictions or your own predictions in the comment section. Don't forget, if you want to download the SofaScore app, the link is pinned in the comment section. And don't forget to watch this video you are seeing on your screen. It's going to be very, very helpful in making you a good sport predictor. So guys, I will see you tomorrow. Have a blessed day. Have a wonderful day. And bye for now.